Hi guys, it's Jayblade200 again, coming at you with another review. Why do reviewers have gimmicks on reviewing bad movies? I don't know why. I mean, sure, bad movies are always fun to laugh at, but if you review something you love, why torture yourself? Why review something bad when you can just as easily review something you love and find out why you like it? Say why you like it and see if people's opinions match up. So that's what I'm going to do with the Dragons in Our Midst series by Brian Davis. Now this is a book series and not any kind of TV show or anything, although it is getting its own graphic novel soon. I have no idea when it's coming out. I just know the guy is working on it, and has been for several years. Maybe only one. I don't remember. Anyway, and see why it's so good. Now, I do have a fair warning before I jump into this. It is a Christian fantasy series. So, if you're okay with my beliefs and believing in God and Jesus, then go on right ahead. If you don't, there's nothing wrong with watching this video. Just be aware that this series does make references to the Bible, and God and Jesus exist. And, you know, if you're offended by that, just turn the video off, watch something else. Alright, so what's the story of this series? Well, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and He also made dragons. And these dragons are sentient beings, not like some of the, as C.S. Lewis put it in his Narnia series, dumb animals that cannot speak and do not have actual sentient thought. And dragons and humans have been working together through the King Arthur period. However, there is some dragons have given in to the temptations that Satan and his minions have put upon them, stealing gold and killing people like most people associate with Western dragons. But Merlin, the prophet in this series, and he's not actually a magician, but a miracle worker, which is a pretty nice take on Merlin. I mean, he's okay as a wizard, but I think this is a pretty nice twist on what and who Merlin is. But anyway, he leads King Arthur to a dragon named Cliffspar, and he tries to make the king see that not all dragons are bad. However, danger is lurking because an evil knight named Sir Devon is hunting dragons to extinction, believing they are minions of the devil. The king and Merlin escape on Cliffspar's back, and all the dragons meet on a cliff top. It is decided that through one of Merlin and God's miracles, that these dragons will transform into humans. However, one of the dragons gets scared and flies away, and Devon hunts him down. The dragon, with his dying breath, tells Devon that the dragons have changed into human, and so the dragons must run and hide from the slayers. Ever since. Cut to the present day, where main character Billy Bannister is having a strange dream that he is a dragon fighting a knight. He goes into the kitchen, does his normal routine, and his breath is really bad. In fact, some of the kids at school have even called him Dragon Breath. And so, it's not just a stink bad, it's kind of a hot, burning bad. He can even just fog up the mirror just by breathing on it, and not just like a kind of, but a big fog, I think it describes in the book. Anyway, so he has a pretty good interaction with his father and mother, kind of giving you the rundown of their family. And it's actually pretty well written. So Billy goes on out the door and kisses his mother on the cheek, and his mother winces because his breath is pretty hot at this point. Next, he gets on the bus, and his buddy Walter shows up. Now, Walter and Billy have a pretty good relationship in these books. Billy is Walter's BFF, kind of like Rex and Max from Dinosaur King and countless other young kids anime, where they have two guys and the one girl. And their friendship actually seems pretty genuine, and that's really cool. Billy, trying to get his breath under control, drinks a lot of stuff before class and goes out on a hill to draw for a school festival that's beginning to happen, leaving Walter and the others to get to class. Billy, wrapped up in his drawing, is seemingly late, and so he runs into class where his I can't do a British accent, his British history teacher is teaching lessons on King Arthur. However, Billy has drank all that soda and water and stuff and needs to use the restroom, and he gets permission to. Adam, then, a school bully, is trying to set the fire alarm off, and Billy tries to stop him, except for the fact that Billy's breath is so hot now that it triggers the fire alarm, and he gets detention. However, next we meet Bonnie Silver, hands down favorite character of this series. Bonnie is an orphan girl who never takes her backpack off because of a deformity on her back. Most of the people at the school think she is pretty trashy because, really, she just lives in a rundown trailer house. Which I never quite got why the people had to be so overly mean, or at least one person. But anyway, she goes into the principal where Billy and Adam are, and Adam is trying to pin the blame on Billy for opening the fire alarm. However, Bonnie recognized the lighter, as Adam always shows it to the girls, and she saves Billy. And so, Billy gets detention and gets a ride home with his teacher, which nowadays really wouldn't work, as this series is written, I don't remember, I think it was 2004, 2005, maybe even earlier, and so it might have been okay then, but it definitely wouldn't fly now. Anyway, so he goes into his house in his father's home early, and he overhears them talking about thousands of years and dragons and crazy stuff like that. So he runs up and emails Mr. Hamilton, his British history teacher, okay, what do you know about dragons? So the next day, Billy, as punishment for pulling the fire alarm, or, well, kind of, I don't know how to say it, both Adam and Billy get punished. Anyway, Billy's scraping off some graffiti someone had put on the school wall, and Bonnie comes over to help him, and they engage in conversation. However, their principal, Dr. Whittier, haha, it's funny because of the name, anyway, is actually Devin the Dragon Slayer, and I'm sorry guys, I really don't remember how he lived that long. I think it was like dragon blood or something. Anyway, he suspects Bonnie is what the Slayers call a female dragon, a demon witch, and so he has his female assistant try to rough her up, but Billy, with his hot breath, saves her. But just as it looks like Billy is going to get captured, he is suddenly flung into the air, and they both fly off to, I don't remember the name of the mountain at the moment. Anyway, it is revealed that Bonnie has beautiful dragon wings. So we have fire breathing and dragon wings, which is pretty creative. I like the fact that they don't all have dragon wings or tails or fire breath. They each have their own special abilities. Anyway, to wrap up, Bonnie says that her mother was killed by a slayer at a young age, and so she's been bounced around to homeless homes, to foster parents, and she says, hey, do you know about the Slayer? And Billy, knowing nothing of his dragon heritage, is just like, what the heck is a Slayer? And she tells him it's a dragon slayer. They go around killing dragons because they believe they're evil. And so, he and Bonnie fly back to his house. His mother and father escape, go to the airport. However, Devin is on their plane. Now, it's a private plane that's Dad's own, so it's just Billy, his mom, Dad, Bonnie, and Devin secretly stowing away. And thus, Devin shoots his dad. The plane goes down into the mountains. Billy, his mom, and Bonnie all escape with a monstrous psychopath chasing them in the woods. Now, this has gone for about 10 minutes, and that's only the story. So, before I get into characters, I will put a part 2 up soon.